Hey guys, welcome to NASCAR Rant. And today I'm talking to you about the Dixie Vodka 400. Did we have a first time winner? The answer is no. I like to start off my videos with the title just because it kind of helps me flow with things. But William Byron gets the win after, you know, leading a lot of stage 3. Uh I believe he only took one pit stop. I kind of missed I listened to lap 40 to 30 because me and my wife went to get food. But I was able to watch the last few laps and everything. I watched pretty much the whole race. Uh, but William Byron wins almost single handedly by leading most stuff, if not all, stage 3. But congrats to him. Tyler Reddick finished second, and man, if he had any chance to get past Truex and Kyle Larson at the very with 5 laps to go, I think he could have beat him. Or I think he could have beat Byron, and I think he could have won the first time winner this year. But I will say this: Tyler Reddick showed that RCR is not to be messed with this year. I think Roush is figuring out how to get back into contention, especially with today, because Chris Buescher looked amazing in stage 1. He pretty much single-handedly got past Keselowski himself, and he ran away with stage 1. Newman also finished, I think, 7th. Yeah, Newman finished 7th. He was in the top 10 in stage 1 as well. I think he finished 9th in stage 1. I don't have the notes here. But man, Roush Racing could be returning. And if that's so, that's amazing because I'm a big Roush Fenway race fan. They've been one of my favorites since my favorite driver, Mark Martin, ran for them for years. I grew up watching Mark Martin, Matt Kenseth, Kurt Busch, Carl Edwards, Jeff Burton, all those guys. Those were my guys because they were Ford. But Roush was always my favorite because of Mark Martin. Some other big news: Denny Hamlin, end of stage 2, pretty much gave Team Hendrick a stage win, gave William Byron a stage win. I don't know if he got loose and had to go up and squeeze Martin Truex, but gave William Byron the bottom lane to give him the win for stage 2. But one of the biggest stories that I know Out of the Groove does, or Out of the Groove said it, but I didn't really see the end of the broadcast where they interviewed people, but Michael McDowell finished 6th. McDowell finished 6th. 3 top 10s to start the year for Front Row Motorsports. Oh my gosh. If that doesn't tell you that McDowell is silencing everybody and saying, hey, you need to take me seriously, then I don't know what will. I talked to people on Facebook about, or actually it was on Twitter, about how, McDowell could be an underdog. And NASCAR loves underdogs. William Byron, Chris Buescher, and Christopher Bell last week. These are all underdogs that aren't suspected to, they're expected to be in the playoffs. Chris Buescher and a Christopher Bell. But they're not expected to win because you still have Kyle Busch, you still have Denny Hamlin, you still have Kevin Harvick, you still have Truex. Everyone else that's won a championship. But you got to look at it this way. McDowell is showing that don't take him lightly, because I guarantee you, if he gets past the round of 16, which I think is very likely, I should say, especially the way he's been running this year already. You get him to a round of 12, you've got him in the Roval, and you got Talladega. He can win either of those races. That puts him to the round of 8. The round of 8 has a short track, which McDowell and Front Row run really good at. And you have Texas and Kansas. I think, for sure McDowell could win or be in contention to be top 5, top 10 there. And then you got Phoenix, which Phoenix, depending on who the top 4 are, could be, a toss-up. Because the way this year's going, it's unpredictable. This really could be NASCAR's best year ever just because of who all makes the playoffs. Because the more that these guys who don't usually win races, like your Byron and your McDowell and your Christopher Bell, because Christopher Bell's only a second-year car, William Byron's third year, you have to look at this as who out of the normal, your Kyle Busches, your Kevin Harvicks, your Truexes, your Keselowskis, no Penske car finished in the top 15 today. You gotta think that. This driver didn't either. He had a bad day. I'll get to that in a second. But no Penske car finished in the top 15. That's unusual. The highest was Brad in 16th place. But you gotta look at it as Penske could be like Hendrick last year. Hendrick didn't hit their groove, in my opinion, until later on in the year. And that's when Chase Elliott won the championship. Halfway through the year, and then Chase starts winning. But like Bowman won a couple of races last year. He won California. But I think Penske's hitting a rough spot. I think the inner turmoil between teammates, between Brad and Joey, are really bad. I think Blaney said a patch of bad luck, and then Matt DiBenedetto, even though it's Wood Brothers, that's a Penske affiliate. DiBenedetto's just, I think, had some bad luck. I think he's just also in a spot to where like he needs to perform or at least win a race, because if not, I don't think he gets a ride next year. But anyway, sorry about going off a little rant. I know this is NASCAR rant, but thinking of something else, going on to a different subject. Daniel Suarez also finished 15th. Good job for your Trackhouse. I think that's what their team is. I'd have to look that up again. I am sorry if I said the name wrong, but Daniel Suarez, 15th place. Congratulations to him. One last thing I was meaning to mention when I talked about Truex. Truex had to take a quick pit stop before stage 3 started. He said he messed up that someone had told him to come pit, because I guess that someone told him pits because try to gain spots, but no one else really pitted with him. I think Blaney did. Blaney pitted with him. Blaney only got up the highest of 15th after that pit stop, beginning of stage 3. But Truex went 17th to 5th in a lap or two in the start of stage 3. And if that doesn't tell you how much tires meant today, that's just crazy. But next week is the Pennzoil 400 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. That should be an interesting race. But thinking back to my last point in this video before I go on about what's happening this week, where I was this whole past week and all that, the people who say that today was a good race, I do say there was some great racing today. That I do not doubt. Like the fact that there were passes that were very easy. Like you don't. There were many grooves that you could pass on. You didn't have to stick with one groove. I like that. But here's my thing: the people who are the people who give this a high praise, but didn't give the past 2 years Kentucky a high praise when it's had some great racing. I just don't understand that. I really don't. Because Kentucky is my home track. Like, Kentucky's, the Speedway's an hour and a half, 2 hours away from me. But still, like, to say that Kentucky's had two of the best races the past 2 years, but Homestead was a great race today. I'm like, it was good. It was not great. It wasn't as competitive as I thought it would be. After stage one, there was only one wreck, which was my worst driver of the day, Eric Almirola, who effectively ended his chance of winning and Blaney's chance of winning. They both finished a lap down in like 29th and 30th place. Eric Almirola was trying to pull a block on Blaney, and I guess he didn't get told that Blaney was right next to him, and he pretty much smashed him into a wall. So, again, like I said, that's why I think Blaney's just hit a bad luck streak this year already. What's crazy too is that, like, great seeing a lot of people get the chance to lead today. Bubba Wallace got the lead 2 laps today. That was fantastic. People who complain about Bubba Wallace still that, you can't be that good and that, or you don't have talent and that equipment. I'm like, it's 3 races. There still shouldn't be that criticism. This is a new team. If we're going based on that, then he's not gonna be Dale Earnhardt and be able to win or what was it, Michael Waltrip. You're not gonna be Michael Waltrip, be able to win the Daytona 500 in the first race. Steve Parkman Rockingham in second. It's just not gonna happen that way. Especially when it's a single car team at the moment. Denny's been talking about, maybe bringing on another driver and having another car for a hauler. But you can't expect him, regardless of how much publicity he has, you cannot put him to the top. But yeah. Anyway, next week is Vegas. This week I'm going to try to cover more of Team 2311. Just more of like why it's not okay still to heavily criticize them. And then try to find out, what other topics I can hit on during the week. And then I'll have a review next Sunday as well. But where I've been the past week, I had a small Crohn's flare up, and then I got my second COVID shot, so I was not in the mood to record anything until today. So I hope you guys have a great week. My birthday is Thursday, so woo! But I will cut this off here, and you guys have a great week, and hopefully I'll see you tomorrow.